It started with a single, cutting word whispered in the fitting room mirror. The kind that slices deep and lingers like a bruise you can't see. "Parasite," my sister murmured, her eyes flicking to our mother for approval, as if testing the blade's edge. I stood there, the silk bridesmaid dress I'd just bought draped over my arm, the receipt still warm from the swipe of my card. The air in that upscale boutique in San Francisco felt thick, suffocating, the kind of tension that builds slow, like storm clouds gathering over the bay. I'd paid for her gown too, a $6,500 lace masterpiece that hugged her like a promise of forever. But in that moment, as their laughter echoed off the mirrored walls, I felt the first crack in the foundation I'd built for them all these years. My name is Emily Harper, 35, living in Oakland, California, in a cozy townhouse I scraped together with overtime and smart investments. I'm a lead project manager at a software company downtown, pulling in $175,000 a year, commuting through the fog-shrouded bridges every dawn. My family? They've never asked about the late nights, the promotions I earned alone, or the quiet pride I'd taken standing on my own. To them, I'm just Emily, the fixer, the bank, the one who never says no. My partner, Ryan, has seen it all for 4 years now, shaking his head as I wired money for Dad's gambling debts or covered Mom's emergencies that always smelled like luxury. "You're not family to them," he'd say softly. "You're their lifeline. And they're drowning you." He was right. But blood runs thick, doesn't it? Thicker than reason. Until it turns to poison. When my younger sister, Mia, got engaged to Connor 8 months back, I felt a genuine spark of joy for her. She'd bounced from gig to gig, waitressing in dive bars, trying her hand at social media influencing, even a short stint as a yoga instructor that fizzled out. Connor, a flashy marketing exec with a leased BMW and stories of closing big deals in Silicon Valley, seemed like he might ground her. I want it magical. Mia had beamed over brunch at our parents' outdated ranch house in the suburbs. Intimate, but unforgettable, like something out of a movie. Mom, Karen, shot me that familiar glance, the one loaded with expectation. While Dad, Tom, mumbled about pitching in without looking up from his coffee. We all knew the truth. Their savings were a joke, eaten away by bad stocks and a refusal to cut back on golf club memberships or spa days. "I'll help organize," I offered, already mentally tallying vendors. "We can make it work on a budget." Mia hugged me tight, her excitement infectious. "You're a lifesaver, Em. I knew you'd make it perfect." And just like that, I was in deep. What began as suggestions spiraled into me footing the bills, the deposit on a picturesque winery venue in Sonoma for $11,000, tastings with caterers that ran another $7,500, the photographer's package, the floral arches blooming with imported roses. My credit card statements piled up like accusations, each swipe justified as family. Ryan watched me hunch over spreadsheets at midnight, his concern growing. "This isn't your wedding, Em. Why are you bleeding yourself dry?" I'd shrug it off. Mia deserves happiness. And maybe this time they'll see what it means. See me, I meant, not as the reliable older sister, but as someone worthy of more than requests. Growing up, I'd learned to fade into the background, skipping my own college graduation party because Mia had a cheerleading competition, turning my promotion dinners into vents about her latest heartbreak. But this wedding? I poured my soul into it, believing perfection might earn me a place at the table, not just paying for it. The dress fitting was the turning point, the slow burn igniting into something sharper. We'd driven into the city, Mom chattering about guest lists while I navigated traffic. Mia slipped into the gown, twirling like a dream, and I felt a swell of pride I'd made this possible. Then, as the seamstress pinned the hem, Mia caught my eye in the mirror. God, Em, you look exhausted. Always working so hard to insert yourself. Huh, Mom chuckled, adjusting her pearls. Well, some people need to feel needed. Like a parasite clinging on. The word hung there, casual as a compliment. But it landed like a gut punch. I froze, my smile cracking. What did you say? Mia waved it off. Oh, come on. Don't be sensitive. You know we love you for always being there with the checkbook. They laughed again, the seamstress averting her eyes. I paid the balance silently, the receipt crumpling in my fist as we left. That night, alone in my townhouse, the hurt festered. Ryan held me as I whispered the story, his anger mirroring mine. They don't deserve you. Not one damn bit. But I swallowed it down. Like always. The invitations went out. The RSVPs flooded in 200 guests, all expecting elegance on my dime. I'd even gifted them a Hawaiian getaway. $15,000 for sun-soaked beaches and luxury suites. Too generous, Connor had grinned. Upgrading to ocean views without a second thought. I told myself it was worth it. That family bonds were forged in these moments. If only I'd known bonds could snap like brittle twigs. The real fracture came 24 hours before the vows. A phone call that shattered the illusion. I was finalizing vendor payments when Mom's number lit up my screen. Her voice was crisp, detached. Emily. About tomorrow, we've decided on a change. My heart stuttered. Change? Everything's set, the winery's ready. The band's confirmed. A pause. Then, Mia wants Lily as maid of honor instead. Her best friend from college. Lily, whom I'd barely met. A party girl with a knack for drama. But we've planned this together. I'm her sister. Mom sighed, as if I were a child throwing a tantrum. It's her day, Emily. And frankly, your energy lately, it's off. Jealous. Controlling. You'll attend as a guest. Of course. The dismissal burned. But I drove to their house anyway, needing to face it. They were all there, Mia, Connor, Mom, Dad lounging in the living room like a tribunal. Family photos mocked me from the walls. Me always on the edge. Slightly blurred. How could you? I demanded of Mia. She rolled her eyes. Connor's arm around her. You always make it about you. Your money. You're planning like we're supposed to bow down. Connor smirked. No one forced you to pay. You volunteered. Like always. Inserting yourself. Mom nodded. It's embarrassing. Really. Throwing cash around to buy importance. Like a beggar at our table. Beggar. The word echoed. Twisting the knife. Dad stayed silent, staring at his hands. You're jealous of Mia's light, Mom pressed. Always have been. We think it's best you step back, your presence might unsettle guests. Mia sealed it, yeah. Like a leech sucking the joy out. I stood there, trembling. The $45,000 I'd spent flashing in my mind. You didn't raise me to be transactional, Mom added with a shrug. But that's what you've become. I left without another word. Their voices following, always the martyr. Emily. The drive home blurred with unshed tears. The Golden Gate Bridge a hazy sentinel. By sunset, I wasn't broken, I was forged anew. The pain crystallizing into resolve. Ryan found me on the kitchen floor. Receipts scattered like fallen leaves. Tell me, he urged. And I did, every barb. Every betrayal. When I reached beggar, his fists clenched. After all you've given? $45,000 for their dream. And this. And Elaine called then. Her voice laced with fury. She'd overheard Mom bragging to neighbors, "Emily's so desperate for love. She'll bankrupt herself." Like milking a dumb cow. The room spun. I gripped Ryan's hand. "They're the parasites," Elaine spat. "Projecting their filth onto you." The sobs came then. Raw and unrelenting. Purging years of swallowed hurt. Ryan sat with me. His presence an anchor. "What now?" he asked. "Show up and smile? Or show them consequences?" The idea ignited slow. The contracts were mine. The power mine. "It's too late," I whispered. But Ryan's eyes gleamed. "Not for cancellations. Vendors have emergency lines. Guilt ward with rage ruining a wedding? But the pain one. They bit the hand that fed them," I said. "Now it stops." We spread the papers across the table. A war room of reclamation. First, the winery. "This is Emily Harper. Cancel the Harper Reed wedding immediately." The coordinator hesitated. "Within 24 hours? Penalties apply." "I'll pay them," I replied. Voice steady. "Family emergency, the kind where I'm no longer family." One by one. They fell. Photographer refunded. Florist diverted to a charity. DJ's gear unpacked. The catering? I redirected the $7,500 feast to a homeless shelter in Oakland, poetic. Feeding those truly in need instead of ingrates. The honeymoon vanished with a click. Ryan's industry contacts smoothing the way. By 1 a.m., it was dismantled. The dream I'd built erased in hours. Exhaustion mingled with liberation. No regret. Only clarity. Mia's late-night text sealed it. "Can't wait for tomorrow." Lily's way hotter in pics anyway. T checks for getting it. I deleted it. The final thread snapping. Dawn brought chaos. My phone erupting like fireworks. Mia's voicemails escalated. "The winery says canceled. What the hell?" Then Mom's shriek. "The food's at a shelter? You've lost it." Connor threatened lawsuits. His bravado crumbling. I silenced it all. Ryan and I escaping to a quiet cafe in Berkeley for pancakes and coffee. Watching notifications pile like accusations. By noon, social media buzzed. Guests posting confusion. Empty venue? Anyone know? Mom's desperate update. Family sabotage, working on fixes. Elaine countered publicly. Sabotage? After she paid and you called her worthless. The pleas turned begging. Mia's texts about influence and sorry. Dad's rare call pleading for just the venue. Even Connor's father phoned. His tone shifting from outrage to understanding when I laid out the insults. "That changes things," he muttered. At T-1 hour. Mia called blocked. "We're at Mom's old church, pizza and YouTube music. Please come." Her voice broke. "You're my sister." I corrected softly. "You chose this." I hung up. The weight lifting as Ryan and I hiked the hills. Far from the farce. Days blurred into peace. Until Mia and Connor appeared at my door. Hollow-eyed and desperate. "Penalties are piling, $2, $500 here." "Court threats there," Connor admitted. Mia begged, "I'll work jobs. Payback." "I'm sorry, I let them poison me." Revelations spilled. Connor's debts. His lies about success. Seeing me as an easy mark. "He called you the cash sister," Mia confessed. Glaring at him. Their marriage cracked before it set. But I stood firm. "You sold your love for scraps. Now live with it." Ryan backed me. "She's done being your victim." They left broken. Mia's final glance haunted. The wedding was hell, everyone whispered. Left hungry. "I threw away what you gave." Good. I thought. Insight comes at a cost. Mom arrived next. Armored in designer wear. Pushing inside like she owned me. "Misunderstanding," she cooed. Then dropped the mask. "You've made your point. Now help, we're drowning in debt." I confronted her. "You never saw me. Just my wallet." She sneered. "You're useful. Emily, not pretty like Mia. But good for money." Family share. The cruelty freed me. Get out. I'm not yours anymore. She stormed off, cursing my regret. But I felt none, only release. Dinner with Ryan tasting of victory. Weeks later, Dad knocked. A shadow of himself. I'm divorcing her, he confessed. Watched her destroy you. Realized my silence enabled it. He knew my achievements, LinkedIn stocks. Secret pride, but hid them from shame. An envelope, $35,000. His last savings. Not payment, recognition. Tears came. For lost years. Maybe coffee someday, I allowed. As people starting over, he left, noting Ryan's love as the real kind. Alone with Ryan. I chose us, freedom over chains. The sunset glowed. Possibilities endless. I'd paid the price of betrayal. Now, they bore theirs. No more safety net, just me. Standing tall.